Hi, I'm Sue from Garden Moxie. Welcome to my garden. We're in the woodland border today, and what I'm going to be working on today is I want to install a metal edging between the edge of this border and the turf. Earlier in the season, this entire area was dug up because we installed a French drain to help improve the drainage from the house. And in doing so, this whole area got dug up and it's been replanted. One of the plants that I planted in this area here is ajuga, which is a beautiful ground cover, but it's super invasive and very aggressive. So it's contained in this small area of the border without any problems, but what I don't want is I don't want the plant to grow into the turf. So today I'm going to be installing a metal edge to keep the ajuga inside of the border and out of the grass. I've never installed metal edging personally, so what I thought would be a great exercise is to actually do this for the first time on camera, and that way we can see together like how easy or difficult it is. I've looked at video and it looks like it's fairly easy to install, but we'll find out today when we do it together. Okay, so when I ordered this, I ordered 5 lengths of this. They're approximately 3 feet long, and they come in as you can see, they come in a cardboard container. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this up here so you can see what this looks like. Okay, and it looks like they were kind enough to include instructions, so we'll make sure that we follow these instructions. And these are the pieces of metal. They're pretty heavy actually, which you'd expect because they are made out of steel. So here is an individual piece, and what I'm going to be doing is kind of bending them and installing them along this edge here. I'm not sure if I have enough, but I wanted to try them out first, see if I like them, and if I do, I'll get enough to cover the whole length. So let's see if we can get started. So the first thing that we need to do is to use your spade, and we're going to cut a line across the side of the border so that we can insert these metal strips. So the key here is just to make sure that you have a sharp spade. That is the key to all making life easier for everything, is to make sure that your tools are kept sharp if they need to be sharp, because it does make life a lot easier. Okay, so once the edge is cut with the spade, it's just a matter of slipping this edging, this metal edging, into the slot that you created, and then we're going to pound this down with a hammer. I have a rubber mallet, so I don't have to worry about nicking the edge of this, but if you have a regular hammer, you can just use a piece of scrap wood and kind of pound it like that. I don't need to use the piece of scrap wood because I've got a rubber mallet, and I'm just going to go ahead and pound this in with the rubber mallet. It's very easy to do actually, and it feels very stable. So I'm just going to make sure that this is the depth that I want. And that looks pretty good. Now the way that these metal pieces are held together is on one end of the edging, they've got these little slots and also a cutout. And so what we need to do is on the other end too, I should mention that this is just an opening. So this is the opening, and then we've also got this slot. And what we do is we are going to just put that slot together. So the little tab goes into the slot, and then you can see that it is held in place. Now once we've got everything the way that we want and we know that it looks good, which is not now, there is a little tab here, and this tab gets bent 45 degrees to prevent the two pieces from pulling apart from one another. So now that I've got that tab, I'm just going to kind of bend this in place, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing that I did before, where I'm going to take my rubber mallet and pound the edging into the slot that I dug up with the spade. Okay, and we're going to continue to do the same technique here. So I just want to get the tab pressed into this little slot, and I'm noticing here that this is a little bit rounder, so all I'm going to do is use a little weight on this and bend that so it's a little bit of a rounder form instead of straight. And I'm just going to maneuver this into that opening, which isn't too difficult to do. There we go. Whoops. Not quite. This is good practice for my lack of coordination here. So there we go. Just gonna tap that real quick to keep it in place. And I'm going to just kind of bend this, make sure that it's along the edge that I want, and that looks pretty good. And again, I'm just going to use my rubber mallet and pound this into place. All right, well, this is the last piece that I need to install. Now, I don't have quite enough to reach the edge of the border, but as I had mentioned at the beginning of the video, I wasn't sure if I was really going to like this, so I only wanted to buy one box. And I'll tell you what, I do really like this edging. It's very easy to install, and I will definitely be ordering more. They mentioned that it's very easy to cut with a hacksaw or with a grinder, so you can customize the lengths if you need to, and it's very easy to install, so I'm pretty happy with it. So this is the last piece that we're going to install today. Same kind of technique here. Now the reason that I'm having a little bit of trouble with this one is I have a huge root that is located here. So this is actually pretty cool because this is real life. That's a good thing about doing this live. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just trying to get rid of this root, and it is fairly large. So I'm just using my handsaw because my loppers can't cut anything that big. And there we go. So there we go. That was what was impeding us. So at this point, it should be fairly straightforward to put the last piece of edging in. Well, I'm pretty happy with how easy it was to install the EverEdge landscape edging. I will put a link to the edging supplier in the description below if anybody's interested in it. I still need to purchase some additional length because I didn't have quite enough to finish the complete edge, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks. I think it will be perfect for what I purchased it for, and that's to make sure that the ajuga is not running into the turf. I hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you in the next video.